Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Telegraph Herald, More Than the Score. I am your host Steve Ortman, and thank goodness we've got Tim O'Neill back this week.
I'm back.
Mm-hmm. You back, that's right, that's right. Boy, I could not stand Brendan, even 1 week. Whew. Boy, I would never say anything bad about you, but Brendan, wow, what a pain, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Wordy as always. Good to have you back. Prep football. It's football season, in case you didn't know. And we had a ton of great games last week. We'll hit a couple of them here real quick. Dubuque Senior having a great start to the year, and they picked up another big win.
Yeah, they took out Davenport West 42-28 in their district opener. It was the Rams' fourth straight victory, I believe, since opening the season with a loss, and really got things rolling. Chaz Hancock and Sam Schnee both doing a really nice job moving the football both through the air and on the ground for the Rams. I talked with Sam Schnee after the game on Friday, and here's what he had to say about the Rams and where they're going this year.
Just tell me a little bit about this game. Kind of a slow start in the first quarter, and then you guys really kind of opened up the offense, put some points on the board. What happened there in the first half that allowed you guys to really pull away?
Started off slow, then we got the run game working. Just followed my linemen. They made big holes, so I give all the credit to them.
All right, I don't know if you're aware of this, but by my stats, you had 198 yards before that final rush. It was 1 yard short of a season high, and then you get that final 12-yard rush or so to push you over. What's it mean for you to have this kind of performance in a victory?
It's good to have senior year. I'm leaving it all on the field. But like I said, I give it all to my line. Coaches did good play calling, so I can't take all the credit there.
And obviously, this is a big one, being the district opener. Just how nice is it for you guys to get off to that 1-0 start?
We're on a win streak, so we're going to keep that rolling. Keep rolling into district play and get some more wins.
All right, and your quarterback throws for a touchdown, and then he runs for a couple down there on the goal line. What can you say about the way he played tonight, throwing the ball and then running it in down at the end?
He's stepping up a lot this year, and it's great for our team. It gives more people opportunities, opens up the run game, pass game, so can't complain there.
All right, so that was Sam Schnee. The Rams try to make it 2-0 in the district this week, but they got a big one, a city rivalry game against Dubuque Hempstead, which is coming off a loss in its district opener. And obviously falling 0-2 in a competitive district is not a good start. So they're going to be coming out raring to go in that one. Should be a good one at Dalzell on Friday night.
Yeah, and I think you saw it earlier this year. Senior, Waller, crazy game. When you get the city teams together, kind of throw those records out the window, anything can happen.
Absolutely, and especially in a situation like this where, you know, Hempstead's going to be clawing for its playoff life, and Senior knows that it can ill afford a loss if it wants to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, now another team picking up a big win this past Friday night. Cascade Cougars, off to a fantastic start this season. They improved to 5-0 with a 34-14 win over rival Monticello. Cougars were coming off the big upset of second-ranked Waukon the previous week. You kind of had to wonder if this team was going to maybe have some, all coming off that emotional high. Were they going to have a letdown? I don't think so, Tim. Cougars break out to a 34-0 lead in the third quarter of this game. Monticello was able to score a couple touchdowns in the fourth quarter against a handful of backups for the Cougars, and boy, the Cougars looked great. Austin Lawrence, 179 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. He really set the tone early with an 80-yard touchdown run, just 3 plays into their first offensive possession. I caught up with Austin after the game. Here's what he had to say about the big win.
After the good win last week, I mean, we knew we didn't have our heads that high. We stayed humble, came out and played a good team tonight, and just tried to execute everything the best we could.
Yeah, you come off an upset of the second-ranked team, move up 3 spots to number 4 in the rankings. How big was it to set that tone with an 80-yard touchdown from yourself there 3 plays into the game?
It felt awesome. You know, if I do something good, then Suple's going to do something good, Harris is going to do something good. We just love each other. We feed off of each other. We just love the energy.
Got a fan club going over there. Yeah. Obviously, it's a big win.
Yeah.
How's it feel to improve to 5-0?
Good. This is awesome. I've never been on a team that's 5-0 before, so it feels great.
Yeah, and obviously, you won't be rolling up those yards with the offensive line. Talk a little bit about how those guys have been gelling together.
Everybody's stepping up. You know, there's kids that haven't played a lot of varsity, and they come up and they're hungry to play. They want to play so bad, and they're getting their chances. They're taking advantage of every single play they get.
All right, Cougars look to keep things rolling this Friday night. They'll be visiting winless Olwine, so should be able to keep things rolling right along. Possible big matchup with LaPorte City Union coming to Cascade the final week of the season. Could be winner take all for the district championship. We'll see how that plays out. But you, Tim, this past weekend got to go to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Not quite frozen, though, I suppose.
It was far from frozen, in fact, yes.
Well, talk about your trip. You obviously caught up with a former area standout.
Yeah, Alex Erickson, a former Darlington star football player, played receiver for the Wisconsin Badgers, now a receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. Made his professional debut in his home state, playing the Packers. He was a kick returner primarily last year, getting more of a chance on offense this year. He played a few snaps at receiver this year. Packers kind of did a nice job of kicking the ball away from him, a lot of touchbacks on the kickoff, so didn't get a whole lot of opportunities to shine. He did have a 20-yard kickoff return and a 20-yard punt return. Unfortunately, he just didn't quite get a target when he was out there as a receiver, but playing a much bigger role for the Bengals this year. And I caught up with him in the locker room after the loss. The Packers won 27-24 in overtime. It was a phenomenal game. And here's what Alex had to say about his role with the Bengals this year and just kind of the support that he's gotten.
Looked like you were one of the first guys out on the field. Is that a usual thing, or are you a little more eager to get out there today?
No, it's normal. Where we usually all go out about similar spots, so just normal.
Was it neat knowing how many people were probably here today to watch you as much as watch the Packers?
Yeah, it was. That's what makes it special, you know. They were able to come and support me and watch me, and the support I have is unbelievable. I know a lot of people can't say that, so it's something I never take for granted, and it's something I cherish every day.
So what was it like then when the game got going, playing at a place where you dreamed of playing as a kid?
Yeah, it was just another football game at that point. You know, you get the mojo going, you get in the rhythm of the game, and you're locked in and focused. So it just becomes another game, and no different of us playing in Wadsey Martin or Camp Randall. It's just another game. Or Paul Brown back home in Cincinnati. You get going, and all that stuff kind of gets blocked out. You're just focused on what you're trying to do.
Nice that the offense kind of got going a little bit today.
Yeah, it was something we obviously needed, and obviously we didn't have enough. We needed a few more points there at the end. It was good that we got that rolling. We got some production there, and something we can really build off and turn this around and get some momentum going forward.
Was there ever a point leading up to the game, thinking about the return or anything like that, where you got nervous or really excited or anything like that?
No, I mean I'm always pretty excited when I'm back there. I'm really trying to score like I am every time, but it's been really special to score. And I believe.
How do you think they would have taken that one?
I don't know. I probably got pushed back and beer spilled on me, but it would have been worth the shot.
Well, now we turn our attention to this Friday night. Big matchups once again. You already mentioned the big city showdown you'll be at. Dubuque Wallert's at home against Central DeWitt. We got Western Dubuque hosting North Scott. We've also got a big matchup in the Swall up in Wisconsin as Cuba City takes on Mineral Point. So we'll have all those games covered for you this Friday night, TelegraphHerald.com, as well as in the print edition on Saturday. And don't forget, around 11 o'clock-ish, Facebook Live on the Telegraph Herald Facebook page. We'll kind of break down, give you a quick recap of all the action that takes place on Friday night. It's live, baby. We'll do it live. Am I right?
Yeah.
Heck with it. We'll do it live. Am I right?
Yep.
It's been a couple weeks. I've been gone out in Cascade. Hopefully I make it back this week. We'll see.
Or we'll just do it without you.
You just, all right. Well, anyways, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Telegraph Herald. More Than the Score. I'm your host, Steve Ortman, alongside Tim, the Tool Man O'Neill. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Al.